Bud Fox was a young and ambitious broker in New York City, completely consumed with his career and his ambition to become the best in the business. He lived in a huge city where millions of people were striving for success and wealth, and for him it was not just the norm, but the goal of life. Bud was sure that there was a price for everyone in this world, and if you could find the right key, you could reach any heights. His dreams were great, and he wasn't going to stop halfway. Working on Wall Street was his path to financial independence, and he knew he needed to get into the world of high-stakes, aggressive trading, and powerful people to succeed. Looking for his chance, Bud turns his attention to one of the most famous and successful men on Wall Street, Gordon Gekko. Gekko was the figure everyone talked about in offices, restaurants, and on the street. He was a ubiquitous personality, the epitome of financial power and strategic genius who knew how to manipulate the market and extract huge profits from it. For Bud, meeting him was more than just a chance. It was like opening a door to a new world, a world of power, money, and endless possibilities. He wanted to learn Gekko's secrets and understand how he had achieved such a level of success. Bud arranged a meeting with Gekko, and despite his youth, he immediately impressed the old financier. He was persistent, charismatic, and ambitious, just as Gekko himself had once been. Gekko, with his sarcastic smile and cynical view of the world, offered Bud to be his disciples, to reveal to him the secrets of his success. Gekko was confident in his power and ability to manipulate people, and with each new lesson he showed Bud that real strength lies not in being honest or decent, but in being able to capitalize on any situation. Bud becomes more and more embedded in this world every day, losing his initial naivete. He begins to follow Gekko, adopting his work style, his manipulations, and even his morals, which were becoming increasingly questionable. One of the most important steps towards success for Bud was learning the art of manipulating information and favorable deals. He quickly realizes that the key aspect of commerce is not how honest you are, but how you can sell information, how you can make people believe they need exactly what you are offering them. Gekko not only taught him how to make deals, but how to exploit people's weaknesses to achieve his own goals. In his eyes, there was no room for moral values. Everything was common and shared money. Success, the opportunity to be in first place. The more Bud immersed himself in this world, the more he began to feel that he himself was changing, that his relationships with the people around him were becoming more and more calculating and callous. This time in Bud's life, another important element appears in his father, Carl Fox. Carl was a man who believed that the most important thing in life was honesty and hard work. He was the owner of a small company and couldn't understand why his son would choose to work with Gekko and go down the path of manipulation and deception. He tried to talk to Bud, to get his point of view across to him, but the man, excited by the opportunities Gekko had opened up to him, was not ready to listen. Bud felt that his father did not understand him and did not see all the prospects that opened up before him on Wall Street. His estrangement from his parent became a symbol of his changes. Now his family seemed to him something distant and alien, and the world of finance became the reality in which he could exist and develop. As time goes on, Bud becomes more and more involved in Gekko's scheme. He becomes involved in deals that, on the one hand, promise huge profits, but on the other hand involve the very ethical compromises he had previously avoided. Bud begins to see how his actions, while making money, lead to the destruction of other people's lives. He is faced with the dilemma of being drawn more and more into the world of Gekko and realizes that his actions do not match the morals he was raised with. At some point, Bud realizes that his success has been the result of manipulation and betrayal. However, even as he realizes the consequences of his actions, Bud continues to follow Gekko, certain that he cannot stop. He more and more accepts the rules of the game, becomes part of this tough world of finance, where dishonest deals and manipulation seem to be the norm. And then one day Bud decides that he must make his final move, which will allow him to step out of Gekko's shadow and take his place in the business. He begins to uncover the schemes that Gekko is using and eventually decides to expose him in order to get things back on track and possibly restore his reputation. In the end, Bud finds the strength to do the right thing. He decides that he needs to act with integrity, even if it means losing everything he has been building. His decisions and actions become critical moments not only for his future, but also for his realization that there are things that are not marketable, such as respect for himself and his principles. The moment Gekko and his schemes are exposed, Bud realizes that getting back on the right path is only possible by abandoning the old views and goals that brought him into this world.